Well, I think that here the people here are sleeping, actually. So they're all, like living in the comforts of the media, and they don't see the real problem. And I don't know the real problem, but I'm, sort of seeing what the problem, could be. So in a way, I'm distorting this reality and doing something that was, that had some sort of message. There were a lot of people here that were just here, just do something, and be a part of it. But a huge, part of the people involved are the ones that have some, sort of message or something to say against the erosion of, of life as we know it, because they want to, express something about some topic. I don't know if it's politics or it's society, or I don't know.
qu'une Terrorist Organization est d'abord et avant tout une expérience sur la nature humaine. Ce qui a commencé en 2004 comme étant un regroupement de quelques artistes de rue sans le sou, a évolué depuis pour devenir une organisation défendant un idéal postmoderne d'art terroriste. L'organisation tourne autour de l'idée que le terrorisme artistique offre une alternative à la violence et aux menaces qui sont faites pour créer un environnement de panique sourde dans la société. Plutôt que d'imposer un sentiment de terreur, l'art terroriste exprime cette même peur d'une manière plus contemporaine, et ce, au travers d'un art controversé.
The Kunstner's organization is sort of a movement, that we've made for ourselves, so we could do whatever we want, in the confines of our fictional monarchy that we've made behind it. So it's all very secret and private. So if somebody goes after us, and tells us that we shouldn't do that, or we're not supposed to do that, we can just say, we can do whatever we want because we have this, and it's based in our fictional monarchy where it's all allowed. It's not forbidden. It was in 2004 when I just got this idea that I would like to make something here that would be like an underground artist base for some, a bigger work. So I gathered several of my friends and we just started doing it, And we did a lot of things, back in the beginning that I'm really not supposed to talk about, because it's we didn't claim the work that we did because it was highly illegal, I guess. So we started to paint, stuff on the walls, on huge buildings and billboards. But then sort of evolved into, I don't know, for us, a cult. Well, when we did those illegal stuff, we didn't think that we should say who we are, because they wouldn't, like it here very much, and they wouldn't consider it art. They would just consider it vandalism. So it was kind of obvious.
There was much more, if we talk about graffiti in the 90s, during the war and later, the scene was much bigger then, and there was like quality of work done was higher than today. But then again, you always have some individuals who stand up. So there's a situation even today where you have these few younger guys who are doing extraordinary work. So, and more is considered to be art, So, to my knowledge, it's like it's easier to get some funds today to do walls, you know, and there aren't so many graffiti groups who do like trains, and you know, there are more and more like legal walls, like legal murals, where you can do like a legal mural. Doing graffiti or street art on someone's house, you know, it's illegal, you know, but of course artists do it, and so we have laws here against it, but like many other things here, they're not how do you say it? It's not working, you know. So it's very rarely that someone gets fined for doing some vandalism. We've decided to make this Unica project, you know, which was the idea behind it was to create some kind of art products. You know, we started with t-shirts, you know, and then year or 2 years later we built this website, you know. It was unica.com. It doesn't exist anymore, and so that was like a place where artists from all over the world, mostly street artists and graffiti artists, where they could put their work, you know, by themselves on a front page. You know, there was no like editor's choice. You know, it was like you put what you want to put there, and it was going very well. And then we decided to do more for artists, you know, and so years later, now we have a gallery, we have a studio. We're trying to activate artists here in Croatia to show their work, to do more, to explain them that they also should get paid for what they do. We're also in contact with many similar organizations across Europe, and even some artists from the United States, even in Canada we know some, and we're trying also to show our artists to the rest of the world. So we're like in the middle of negotiations with other organizations who have like galleries, you know, to maybe organize exhibitions for Croatian or Serbian or Bosnian artists, you know, because artists from this region, you know, they hang a lot together.
En déroute aujourd'hui dans ces décombres solitaires parmi le tumulte de la ville, tapissée de débris et de crasses où se fait entendre l'écho d'une jeunesse révoltée. Bouteilles et mégots parsèment la broussaille et l'eau fétide qui envahissent ce lieu, symbolisant les aspirations de la jeunesse urbaine. Dernier moment d'un squelette dépossédé, avant que le pouls artistique aux couleurs explosives ne lui insuffle une seconde vie.
I think that most of the people are just doing art as a side project because they just need to do something else to survive, and that's like 90% of people I know that are artists. We need to work something else so we could live. And these other 10% are the lucky ones that can actually live of art.
The situation here in Croatia, when it comes to art, because it's a rather small market, is very bad for artists because a lot of them or most of them don't make any money from their art. So a lot of graffiti artists, street artists, they're actually working like designers in advertising agencies, and even if they have opportunity to do what they like, like paint walls and kind of illustration work, very often company will say to them, it's good for your portfolio, they're not planning to pay them,
Or here, people are mostly, they like fun stuff, they like, funny comic strips, when you take the politicians and you put some chat bubbles over them and you just put some text in it, and they love that because it's funny, it makes fun of the politicians or anyone for that matter. But I think that they're not really ready for this sort of art yet. I don't know, from our work to whoever does this sort of stuff over here, because people over here are just not open to art that much yet.